Paper, rock, scissors. Who's picking up first?
So am I picking up and asking Olivia?
I'll do it. Okay, Joe. What is your story? How did you come to be at Symal?
It's a funny story for me. I'm the original founder of Symal and went and did my horticulture apprenticeship. Went and worked for my mum and dad for a few years. Then started a landscaping business. The landscaping business then grew to a concreting business, and the concrete business grew into a civil business and into a fairly large construction group.
So I fit into that story as well. So I guess Joe and I first met, I was in my last year at university studying teaching. And before I started my first job, Joe was landscaping, and I thought, I grew up on a farm, I can do this. So I went out on site and gave Joe a hand. So I was doing a bit of paving, a bit of landscaping, and I tried to do a bit of concreting, and that effort potentially earned me the title of the worst concreter in the history of Symal.
I actually were working alongside Civilex, which is obviously Symal Group now, and I was building the road infrastructure around the multi-storey car park, and they were delivering the major service tunnel. And back then, Joe Bartolo got his boots dirty, and he was actually on site more often than not. So that was fun, and I interacted with him a few times over the 12 months that we were there. And one day, I was walking back to the site compound. He was driving into the compound, wound down his window. He greeted me and then said, he goes, "When are you going to come work for me?" He got me at a moment of weakness, and I just said, "Where do I sign?" And spontaneous as it was probably the best decision I think I've ever made.
And now you're general manager.
Now I've made it to where we are.
You made it.
Oh, well, it's been awesome.
Coming to Symal was an opportunity for me to do something for myself firstly, but to have a greater impact on what is Aboriginal participation in construction. And my first impression was that they share the same values that I have. They're very family oriented, and they've got a lot of care for their people.
I remember my first day like it was yesterday, to be honest. I went to a little primary school in Altona, and we were laying some footpath. That was the extent of our project, so about 50 metres of footpath. And I'd come from a bigger business, obviously, and it was a bit of an eye-opener, to say the least. I thought to myself, all right, this is what I've got myself in for. Let's see what we can make of it. 15 years later, we're certainly doing bigger projects than laying a little bit of footpath, that's for sure.
Pretty different setup back then, wasn't it? Out of the back of a factory in Hoppers Crossing.
To see where we've come from, which was, literally a small business with a couple of utes doing some landscaping works and some small civil works to where we are today. So I look back with like a tremendous amount of pride and satisfaction, but also wonder how the bloody hell we done it.
Our phone system installed, they come and spoke to us and said, this does 40 phones, right? But we had 4 people in our office for this phone system.
Phones?
We don't need 40 phones. Why are we spending all this money? And sure enough, we needed the 40 phones, and we needed to change the phone system. And then, where we are today is quite remarkable compared to where we started. And we'll always pinch ourselves at Christmas parties trying to, you look amongst all the people and wonder, how the hell have we done this? So, quite amazing.
When I came to Symal for the interview, it was Civilex back then, the reason I came was because I saw Matt Gurney, you, Chris, Nick. So I'm like, hey, this joint might be good.
Pretty good. They got the A-team across.
It's got the A-team.
Yeah, that's been great.
Quite a few people I'd worked with in the past or socialised with in the past were already at Symal, and I was excited by the culture that was already here, so it was a pretty easy decision to come on board.
So blessed to work with family, friends, cousins, uncles, fathers. My whole family's worked through this business through that time.
It's just a fantastic environment. It's a real family environment to work in, and it's absolutely 100% made the right decision.
It's always exciting. It's fast paced. It's unbelievable.